All right, we are 30 seconds away from the opening bell here. There it is. Let's see what we have pre-market here. It's all the action from the pre-market here currently. Now we just see LEU. Here we go. There it is. Big move. Take a closer look at LEU. This thing's popping like a rocket right now. Looks like they just had earnings. Made a gross profit at this quarter compared to losses in the last 2 years. It's one of those dangerous stocks, though. You just see the pre-market action, and you don't really know why. You don't have much time to take a look into it before you have to make a decision. Before you know it, it's already spiked up 60%, and it's too late. You're chasing it. Just like this move here. There's a massive breakout over 3 minutes, and then just a collapse and a panic. You have to be so quick with these. It's so difficult to get the timing down and just hop on them in the morning. It's just so risky. If it pulls back to maybe around 3, it could be a good dip buy, but around here it's just scary and ugly. It just shows that it has power to reject. just shows that it has power to reject. Just trying to get some people in on this stream right now so we can get some questions going. Watch the market action here. Let's see the other stocks. A little bit of action on CPXX, not too much. Little gap up on CBDS, small 2%. Take a look at, see what we have on the watch list here from yesterday. Do all these scams the prior day's evening, so you miss out on pre-market gappers like LEI. LEU. MNKD, yeah, let's see where that's trading at. Yeah, we got a nice negative 4% on that one so far. I think it's just going to continue from here to the downside. So if it pops, good shorting opportunity. Back at CPXX. Yeah, LEU is collapsing down here. It's probably going to break through 3.2 here. And then I'll probably have a nice little push and then a rejection before it breaks out and fail the rest of the day. Let's see. SRPT. Yeah, how's that one trading? SRPT, it's down 3%, okay. Popping a little bit. So it's not a bad opportunity. I think we're on the right side of it. Calling it short here. CBDS. Oh, there we go. There it is. Boom. That's the morning panic, and it's about to get a lot worse. Called that short last night, off 31% yesterday. Idea gap up to 250 or hold. It held and went to 230 and then collapsed. So pretty close on that one. I think we're looking good on these picks so far. back on the platform and see what's going on. LU is still consolidating at the bottom here. CBDS tried to reclaim a little bit, but that thing's done. CPXX is trying again. It's been at it for quite a few days now. There's a collapse coming on that one for sure. Here we go. Here we go. LEU. This thing's toast. I would not like to be on the long side from the very beginning of this. If it lasted, held, consolidated, then broke out again, consider it. But with this such short time frame in the morning, it's just too quick. You have no chance of figuring out what's actually going on in that amount of time. Let's see if we can get any of the viewers to get some questions going so we can help educate everyone watching. It'd be helpful. See what else is doing pretty good today. NQ had a nice spike in the morning. Good power pop, just 1 minute bar right there. LEU is a nice short setup, but it's too late. He needs to come back and retest at 381. And you get a nice shorting opportunity into that. Nothing else really too interesting out there right now. I like what we're watching over here. CPXX couldn't break out. It's done it so many days in a row, but hasn't been able to do it today so far. It's got support here at 941, 940, 947, 950. So this will be a real test right here. If it goes under here where it opens, support coming up all the way through here, so if it cracks through this level 940, could see more downside. A good chance of it after such a massive run the last 14 days. Basically $2 to $9. But I'm pretty sure there's an accusation or something like that, so that plays a factor. Here comes the bounce off the bottom from LEU. I think I said it would be a good dip by maybe around this area, the 310, 315. Didn't quite come down low enough to get a decent enough entry, but it's making it work with a dip off 330. I just think it's just going to go back up to maybe like 3.6, 3.7, and then just reject it all the rest of the day. It could finish the day, I think for sure, under 3. SRPT is just doing its thing, traded mid-range, nothing crazy yet. I think it's going to trade pretty thin today. Not as thin as the CBDS though, it's trading extremely thin. HTC 2% pop. What's MNKD doing? Still doing its thing. Nothing crazy there. Here we go on LEU again. So got that panic. It didn't quite make it to where I thought it was going to make it. I thought it was going to pop to 3.6, and it still can do that today, but man, 3.5 basically. 3.5, and then it makes these decent climbs and then just cracks. Lots of selling on the tape over here. People are trying to buy the bottom again. You can see on the level 2. I'm trying to hold it above this 320 support right here in this area. I think there's going to be a bounce off of it back, but these drastic drops are just so scary. It just makes it show that there's way more emotion on the buy, on the people on the long side, and way more power on the short side. You know the guys with the big pockets are on the short side, so if there's no little guys long that are gonna, combat that, they have hope for a little bit, then they get out, and then it collapses. MNKD is doing a decent little move here. It's trading nicely. Pretty nice setup for short. Here it goes, starting to move. PRTX. PRTX is not a ticker. What's going on here? Nothing. Let's see what IQ is doing. 13%. 4 to 405. A nice drop. Here's nice another drop on CPXX. Nice drop. MNKD is still doing what we wanted to do, climb up, getting good short position. So you can actually take advantage of an opportunity. See what else is going on around here. AKRX. $2.7 billion market cap. This thing's trading slow. Still 26% move is not bad, but mostly gap up. Trill. Any pennies? No, they're all thin. One CS. There we go. MNKD still popping nicely here. Gale, what is that? 8%. It's at that dollar level, that magic dollar level where it either claims or rejects. Important level for listing. Sometimes I have $1 minimum or $2 minimum for listing on the NASDAQ or the NYSE. I really like MNKD. What did we say about that one? Yeah, I said here. Yesterday was up 5%, which is not a big deal. Called this short the day before as well. And said there's downside coming, but it would be nice to get a nice big pop to short into before a collapse, which would be perfect, which is what we might see today. We're only at 1%, but if we can get anywhere close to 10, that'd be very nice. The gap down here, it touched 2 and then rebounded. Be nice if it can get up to 225, to even 50, but that's asking a little too much. Yeah, Gale is moving nicely here. GALE. It's claiming a buck with strength. What's going off on here? CPI, CPTI, Gale as well. Yeah, Gale's really making moves here. Over there, CPXX over here. Let's see what's going on. So yeah. Gale's still making moves up here. GALE. We're getting the fade in action here on LEU. Volume's fading, hype is fading. People are losing interest. Rejected them one too many times. Here we are on MNKD. This line right here is the market open price for the day, and it claimed positive here for a minute, and then for a few minutes, and then cracked under. It'll probably battle with that line for most of the day. Hopefully we see it come up to 25, you know, up that range, but it's not super heavy. 200K at the most, so it's probably just gonna have an average day like it has in the last few. And hopefully in the next few days we see it really take some action and get short into that. GALE still have power. I'm impressed with it. It's relatively thin, but I'm surprised it's making its way all the way up to 110 without really a red bar here. LEU is struggling. It's breaking down, lower lows all over the place here. It's doing pretty much what I thought after this big collapse here. Alright, Shaw's asking is there any good ways to swing stocks? I like more of the day. the day mindset with things like these, like that are super volatile. You just don't know what they're gonna do overnight. But there's definitely good ways to swing them. I would stick with more lower volatility. Be careful for the ones that make 50% runs, 100% runs, 200% runs, whatever that is, and stick to the ones that make 5 to 20%, not on average, just that's the most they've made in a day. So you're not risking too much overnight. But with these like small microcap stocks, it gets interesting trying to swing them, especially if they're crowded. Just trader motion takes over, and you never know where that thing's going to open pre-market. Can be really rough sometimes. If you're on the right side of it, can be really rewarding. But okay, let's see what he has here. Is that your first name, Shaw? Am I pronouncing it right? I'm not too sure. Wait until he answers, and we'll bring up what he's got going here. Okay, so this one's not even trading really any volume. Let's look at the long term here. Okay, it's been a big okay, I'm pronouncing it right, alright. Okay, cool. First name, alright. Thinly traded, yeah, for sure, that's right. It's almost too thin, like there's almost no volume in it. There's definitely bidders and sellers. The spread is really high, 205 to 231. That's why nothing's coming through on the volume. Just had 205, 350 shares. He's in at 228. Okay, let's look. I personally don't really like this long-term chart. It's a higher risk, but such a high downtrend for the past, whatever, 15 years. Float's only 1.78. Okay, I was just about to look that up. Yeah, it trades really volatile. It's up, it's down. Can't get in or can't get out probably because of the volume. You don't have too many shares there, hey Shaw. You don't have to tell me how many shares you have, but can you get out on, say, if there's 5,000 shares traded in a day? Let's just look. ESPN. Okay, it's 1,000 shares. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to probably liquidate it in parts, in pieces. Did you buy them all at once? See, $5 million market cap. Yeah, so the average volume is 10,000 a day. He bought them all at once. Okay, so that means there had to be liquidity to get them all at once. Float to 1.77 million, like you said. There's not much short interest, so in this case, I think it'd be better if there was more short interest, because then you have a potential for a squeeze, especially with this kind of float. You can squeeze a lot easier because the flow rotation can just spin, but at the same time, it's only trading 10,000 shares a day, so if it had a flow turnover, it's going to have to trade more than 2 million shares in one day. I just can't see that happening anytime soon, especially just with how thin it's trading. It says they have 30 bucks in cash. Chinese stock, okay. Where did that go? I want to look at that. That's funny. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm showing 111, but you know, you could very well be right. I don't know how often they update this thing. Let's see what they are. Healthcare sector, okay. China, yep, like you said. Let's take a look at the website. Bad request, invalid host name, okay. Well, wouldn't say that's a good sign. These guys basically get paid crap. How long have you been in this stock, Shaw? They had a good quarter. Huh. They had actually a really good quarter. I wonder why. Oh, you've only been in it for one day, okay. So you just bought it yesterday then? You said you bought it at 228, okay. Are you talking about the financials? How do you tell about the financials? Like if they had a good quarter? Okay, how do you tell if it had a good quarter? Okay. Let's go up here, back to it. So you can see net income applicable to shareholders. So this doesn't tell you the whole story, but it gives you a good idea. You can see they're at a $1,200 loss. What year was this? Oh, sorry, we're reading this thing the wrong. I hate when they do that. They switch it on you. Yeah, we're looking the wrong way around here. Okay. Some read left to right, some read right to left. I should have looked at that before we made any assumptions. Okay, so yeah, this makes more sense. I was gonna say if they had a good quarter, they probably wouldn't be trading that thin, and you know you could actually see some bars in there. But yeah, they were at a $1,200 loss. Okay, in thousands, probably. Yeah, all numbers in thousands. Okay. All right, so yeah, they did not have a good quarter. and they had very small profit. Okay. Yeah, so go back to the chart here. Yeah, I'd say if you're in this yesterday and you really want to try to get out of this thing, I'd just slap your shares on the offer over here and just put it for whatever you want. Like if you're trying to desperately get out, 220, 220, like 220, 215, whatever. But if you want to get out at the same price, just put your offer in right on the level 2 for 229 or whatever your execution was, 228, whatever it might be, and just wait until it gets filled. Like there's a big spread here, but things are going through. Like someone sold 300 shares to this guy at 229, so it's a big spread. That's the thing. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's tough. So you bought this thing yesterday, so where'd you get filled? You might have only, I don't know where you absorbed the shares, maybe. Yeah, maybe in here, these couple bars anyway. I'm surprised they filled you 1,000 shares at once. Personally, I just wouldn't be in this stock. It just trades way too thin. And if I was in the stock, I'd be on the short side of it, just based off the long-term chart. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I think, you tried it, you learned a few things, but I don't think this is going anywhere fast. And you bought it at 3, okay, yeah. Yeah, so around this area. Okay, that's not a big deal. Doesn't really matter. It's more a question of how are you going to get filled and when are you going to get filled. So really, all you can do is just put your order in there and for whatever price you're trying to obtain, and hope it comes around for you. Hope it gets filled. Can you see how broken the chart is to compared to all the other charts I'm watching, Shaw? Like there's no real bars here. The only bars of volume that are filling, at different prices within a minute is this bar and this bar. And let's see, today it has none of those. So volume's still pushing through, but it's so thin. Oh my gosh. See 1,000 shares, okay. 208. That wouldn't be you, would it, Shaw? Okay, you filled at 208, okay. Alright, no big deal, right? Take the loss, 20 cents a share, $200, something like that, okay. It's not the worst loss. I've taken worse loss on small positions like that, so you live and you learn, so. Alright, no big deal. That loss doesn't hurt you too bad, hey? It just, it stings, but it's not going to take you out of the game, is it? Good man. Yeah, just keep learning. You can flip through our website there, thetickettrader.com. I'm sure you already know, and check out the articles, and you can see, get some education on a whole bunch of different things. And whenever you want, flip me a tweet, flip me an email, questions, whatever you need. Here to help. Trying to build a community up from this website and have traders, helping other traders, and be really cool. Do you use any software, Shard? You use, you just like working off the basics like Yahoo Stocks or whatever like that? Or do you have like software like this, like E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, whatever it is, ShareTrade, or... Thinkorswim, okay, TD Ameritrade, all right. Yeah, that's a really good platform. If you have over 2K in your account still, I'd look into the opportunities with shorting, like these stocks like this, like, it's like, my analogy to it is like walking into a casino. Would you rather be the dealer behind the table or the player at it? Just so many more times the dealer's going to win than the player. And people that go long into these things, like LEU, for example, they're all the player, trying to hit it big. And a few players will hit it big, but in the end, the dealer's going to win on the downside. It just can't hold these gains, like 60%, whatever it was up. It just can't hold those things. And all the big guys with the big accounts, all the funds and everything, they're all betting against the players on the downside here. So, my thinking of it would be, why not join them and be on the strong side? That's eventually going to win. There might be this run for a day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, but it's eventually going to come back down. And there's risks to shorting, there's lots of risks, but if you'd be disciplined about it and cut your losses short there, like you did on that other stock, there's way more potential on the downside here. You can see this thing just collapsing again. It'll happen over and over again. Especially on these pops just out of nowhere, just one morning, just spike. Then it runs really fast, really fast, really fast, then boom, drop. And then all these players still have hope in here that it's going to come back, it's going to come back, it's going to come back, but little do they know, everything's still going down. They don't see it on the downside, they just look at it at the long side. SRPT. There we go. That's a good one too. Another good example. SRPT short on the watch list from yesterday. It's a good example of it. It was up 20.5%. And I said, if it gaps up, holds 21, whatever, it would be also nice to see it go parabolic to 24, but let's see what it did here. What it did was it held like I wanted it to. Held that 2020, 21.20, whatever level. And then there's the collapse, 10% so far. I think it's got even more than that. So you see the big run. Everyone had hope here. A little bit of a fail here. Nice little pop, short into that. And then reap benefits down to here. Anyways, I'm going to have to close it up now. Thanks, Shaw, for chatting. Keep in touch for sure. If If you need anything, just shoot me an email. Check out the website. There's the link. I'm sure you already know it. And just keep your head up, bud. Like, nothing wrong with taking a loss. I'm sure you learn a lot from it. So, see you next time. Thanks for chatting, guys.